when I was younger, we used to live in Nigeria, and they had a system that they used to do, which is sanitation every second week. You know, those for me are social sort of practices that Ghanaians could get into.
You say something which I think because we also just sit here and we always complain about those in power. What about us?
What about us?
Why don't we get up and just fix our own stuff? Because those guys aren't going to do it. We must do it ourselves.
I mean, living in Cape Town, just moved here. One thing I've noticed, this town is unbelievably clean.
That's what we do. Thank you.
You know what I mean? And what I've noticed is that my neighbors, they've got a WhatsApp group. They're, checking up on each other. If there's a drainage problem here, they're talking to each other. Actively involved.
Correct.
But why are we not doing it?
What we'll do is we'll sit.
What is our problem with talking to our neighbor to get our problems sorted?
Or what is the problem with when you finish drinking your pure water? Don't throw it out the window. Put it in your pockets.
I think for me that's education as well. Because
how must I educate you?
I disagree. I mean, if it's a home you care about, and if you use the analogy that if you care about your home, you want to keep it clean. Why wouldn't you want to do the same thing for your country?
Well, but again, have you been to that person's home and see whether it's clean?
Well, that's.
I mean, you see, they say the behavior outside comes from home. The way you behave outside shows how you behave and how you've been brought up. So if I walk on the street and start throwing things out, that's what I do in my house. Because if I don't do that, I won't do it outside. So when we talk of education, it is not a classroom.
It starts at home.
It starts at home. The way our parents bring us up and inculcate some type of or a certain type of behavior will make us behave differently outside and make us unique to be responsible people. But if we don't bring our children, in a responsible manner, they will be irresponsible when they are outside. So some of the youth are doing so well. Right? And like you're saying, in Ghana, in a community WhatsApp group to be able to look after each other, somebody is going to get up and say, who made you a judge over me?
Or too known.
Too known and this thing. And many of us don't want to go home because when we go home, we offer an idea, they will tell you coming from outside and what do you know? We've been sitting here all the time and the rest. But they tend to forget that sometimes being outside opens your mind that you can make also a contribution. I have always challenged ministers and government officials who come out for conferences, workshops, stay outside the country for 5 days, they go in and out, like every 3 months they're out of the country. They see a lot, they learn a lot, but they don't plug it back into their country. Right? And I've seen so many in Cape Town that they come, we take them around, they see what is going on. They go back home, it's like they've never traveled to this place. We have never discussed it before. Then it is the taxpayers' money you brought in here. But why are you not going back to make sure that there is an appreciation of the taxpayers' money by implementing what you've learned in your own office as a government officer where you are working to be able to bring that change, policy changes, discussions, and the rest to be able to bring hope to the country. Yao is right to say, yes, 1957, it's like we just started. We still have a long way to go.
Wow. We could go on all day and all night because we all know the problems that we face in Ghana and in Africa as a whole. But I just want to bring it back a little bit to maybe, your favorite things about being Ghanaian. I know you love home.
We've had some heavy topics. So let's bring it down to, because Ghanaians are people who like to have fun. So just as we wrap up, Francisca, a big part of our culture is food. So what are some of your favorite foods?
I don't get it here. You know kakro.
Right. And I'm not an expert.
You can make me kakro. I will be sitting at your doorstep. Kakro, beans, with dry fish.
Oh wow.
That is what I eat for every time I go back home. But the yam and the plantains, we and the Nigerians and the Angolans is all over the place. But the kakro with the beans, and a little bit of shito and dry fish. It's yummy.
That's
wow.
it.
Fufu.
Pounded.
There's no pounding here. Use the mixer.
That one, okay.
But that and red as well.
Yeah.
Some of my favorites.
And Francesca, what's yours?
I'm very partial to yam and anything with fish. I'm okay with.
Okay, so fried yam.
Either way, I'm not. I don't.
Okay.
And you, Mama?
Wow, I like a confirm.
Wow, like all the way out there.
Yeah, so,
Guinea fowl.
Yeah. Guinea fowl.
And I see that around here, and you just can't.
I'll tell that story when we're done. When I went to high school, we had guinea fowls on our grounds, and my mom used to pick me up from school, and she'd be like, "You people just
wait.
Turn around."
Thank you guys so much for your time. We've learned a lot from you, and I hope that you after this, maybe take us through getting out there. I'm very interested in, sort of getting the mindset changed and in any way that I can. I think we had a good afternoon. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
I was discussing with our coach about if something. This is an infrastructure that can go very far. We live in a digital world now, and I have been watching a certain Kumasi online TV, right? So this GoldCoast TV can be an online TV, which you don't need to go and apply for a wavelength or a license to work within the spectrum or whatever to be able to broadcast. And you can stream this into what? Into YouTube, and people will be watching it. Find a specific time for your live broadcast. Otherwise, it is recorded and do that. So, with technology available, the cost is on your side, but taking it up there is so easy because the infrastructure is there. So, if GoldCoast TV is coming, there are quite a number of TVs I've seen in Ghana, which also operate online just like that. There are even radios that have even spoken on right from Cape Town to a radio station in Ghana about certain topics. So these things are possible that you can do. And I'm so glad that GoldCoast TV from Cape Town is coming to fulfill a certain place. And that is the market. You have to look for a market. Which of these broadcasting space are you going to play in? So that you don't repeat what others are doing. It becomes so unique that any Ghanaian anywhere in the world want to come and watch GoldCoast TV when it's broadcast on Saturday 3 o'clock to 7 p.m. or something like that, because rich information will be coming out, and that is your task.
So from me, Francesca,
and from me, Mame Frema,
it's a wrap from us from GoldCoast TV.